Imagine this scene. You're right in the middle of it. The relentless chaos of a battlefield.
Wow.
The air's thick with dust, the sounds of conflict everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Every single second, every decision you make, it carries this chilling weight, a life hanging in the balance.
Yeah.
And medical resources, they're stretched to the absolute limit. The wounded are just piling up.
It's a scenario that, thankfully, most of us will never truly experience. But it's exactly that kind of high-stakes environment that a really unique simulation called Medevac tries to, well, bring to life.
And that's what we're diving deep into today, Medevac.
Right.
It's way more than just a game. It's designed to drop you, the listener, right into the heart of that challenge.
Right.
You're suddenly responsible for this seemingly impossible task of saving lives.
Yeah.
So our mission here today is really to unpack how this simulation helps us grasp the critical complexities of battlefield medical evacuation. The dilemmas faced, the difficult choices.
Mm-hmm. The sheer logistics involved in moving and treating wounded people under just extreme pressure. It's immense.
Exactly. And where are we getting this info from?
Well, we're drawing from the core materials that actually define the simulation itself. Looking at its intricate design and the real-world data it's built on, it gives us a pretty powerful window into this vital field.
Okay, so let's unpack your role if you were playing Medevac.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, you're placed in charge of the entire medical evacuation pathway.
Whole thing.
Right from the moment someone is wounded, all the way through, hopefully, to their recovery. Your job is prioritizing casualties, moving them rearward to the right kind of medical treatment.
And crucially, doing it quickly. Timeliness is everything. And one of the most compelling things, I think, is how quickly it confronts you with its core constraint. You have limited resources, and you're battling this constant, overwhelming influx of casualties.
Right.
It really captures what's often called the rage of battle. And it's not just soldiers either, is it?
No, that's a key point. New casualties pop up every turn. Could be military personnel, could be civilians caught in the crossfire, even captured enemy soldiers. It forces you to think really broadly about who needs care.
Mm-hmm.
But what I think really sets this simulation apart, perhaps, is how it personalizes each casualty. It's not just a statistic, like a number on a board.
No, not at all.
Each one comes with details, maybe a name, an age, something that introduces a very real moral dilemma. When you literally cannot save everyone at once, who do you prioritize?
And that's the gut punch, isn't it? That's one of the most sobering insights Medevac offers. Battlefield medicine isn't just about having enough bandages or beds.
It's about these impossible ethical compromises, the kind that real medics face constantly. And these simulated casualties, their wounds range from mortal to minor, right?
Yeah.
And there's this constant, terrifying risk.
Of deterioration, yeah. If they're left untreated, they can degrade, even die. It's grim.
So the ultimate goal, as the simulation defines it, sounds straightforward but must be incredibly challenging. Treat as many lives as possible.
Right. Prevent them from deteriorating to what's known as T4.
T4, what exactly does that signify?
T4 basically means either the casualty has died or their wounds are considered unsurvivable, even with the best care available in that situation.
Wow.
It's a stark reminder of the ultimate cost of any delay.
So how does this whole complex process actually flow within the simulation? You mentioned a pathway.
Yes. It follows something called the Operational Patient Care Pathway, or OPCP for short.
OPCP.
And this isn't just something the game designers made up. It's a sequential chain of patient care stages, and it's based on real-world military medical guidelines. Specifically, it references established UK medical planning doctrines, like AJP 4-point summer.
So it mirrors reality. Where does it start?
It begins right there on the battlefield. That's where initial first aid is absolutely critical.
Makes sense.
From there, casualties need to be moved to a unit aid post a UAP. That provides more immediate care stabilization.
So to UAP, then where?
Then they progress onward to what are called Role 2 hospitals. Think of these as forward field hospitals, maybe with some basic surgical capabilities.
Role 2. Got it. On the final step.
The final step for definitive care is usually a Role 3 hospital. These are more advanced surgical facilities further back from the front line.
Battlefield, UAP, Role 2, Role 3.
Ah.
Okay. And you mentioned time is critical. How does the simulation handle that?
Well, time is quite literally life here in Medevac. Each turn represents just 15 minutes of battle time.
15 minutes. Wow, that's fast.
It is. And if you look at real-world guidelines, they aim for effective first aid within about 10 minutes. So that's roughly one game turn.
Okay.
Advanced resuscitation, ideally within an hour. In the simulation, that means getting casualties to the UAP and starting treatment within, say, a couple of turns.
Right, and surgery.
Surgical care at a Role 3 hospital, the aim is within 2 hours of injury. So in game terms, that's a minimum of 4 turns just for travel to the Role 3.
Plus more time for the actual surgery.
Exactly. Maybe another turn for surgery to even begin. This connection to real timeframes, it really drives home the urgency, doesn't it? Every single second counts.
Absolutely. Makes the pressure feel real. Okay, let's talk about the casualties themselves. Who are they? How are they tracked? You said new ones appear each turn.
Yeah, each 15-minute turn, new ones are generated. And it's a variable number, usually based on a dice roll, to reflect the sort of unpredictable intensity of combat.
So it could be a trickle or a flood.
Precisely. And like we said, it's a mix: military personnel, civilians, sometimes EPWs, enemy prisoners of war.
And their wounds vary too.
Oh, yeah. Determined randomly, again, often by dice, could be anything from mortal to minor. And always facing that risk of getting worse, of degradation if they're not treated.
So how do you keep track of all this potentially overwhelming flow of people and information?
The simulation uses casualty cards, little cards for each person.
Okay, what's on them?
They're packed with crucial info. Their triage level, we'll get into that, wound location, those personal details we mentioned that add the moral weight,
Right.
minimum surgery time needed, and even a factor for how likely surgery is to succeed, often a dice roll needed.
Anything else?
Yeah, the back of each card often features a MIST report or sometimes MISTAT.
MIST. What's that stand for?
Mechanism, how they were injured, injuries, illness, what's wrong, symptom signs, what you observe, treatment, what's been done, and the AT is age and time of wounding.
Wow, that's detailed.
It is. It prompts you, the player, to think critically about how that specific casualty's condition might progress and what the immediate impact of your choices will be.
You mentioned triage levels. That sounds critical. Can you break those down for us?
Absolutely crucial, yeah. So T1 is immediate. These casualties require immediate life-saving intervention. They're in critical condition. Their survival really depends on prompt medical attention.
T1 immediate.
Okay. Then there's T2, urgent. This means a serious condition. They need medical attention quickly, but it's not immediately life-threatening like a T1. Still very serious, though.
Okay, T2 urgent. What's next?
T3 is delay. These are often called the walking wounded, minor injuries generally. They can often self-aid or get help from a buddy. They can wait a bit longer for formal treatment.
The T3 delay.
Walking wounded, got it. And then T4.
And then the grim one, T4, expectant. This category is for those who have either already died or their wounds are so extensive, so catastrophic that survival is considered highly unlikely, even with optimal medical resources available in that combat environment.
That sounds incredibly tough to deal with, even in a simulation.
It is. But what's important to note, even in the simulation and in reality, is that T4s shouldn't just be ignored. They still receive comfort measures. Retriage is also important, just in case their condition changes or the initial assessment was wrong.
So you don't just write them off immediately. You don't. You still manage them. In the game, you often have to physically move them to the designated graveyard area on the board. You don't just discard the card. You have to process them, which really makes you confront that reality.
Wow. And you said the types of wounds and triage levels, they aren't just random.
No, not at all. What's really powerful here is that the simulation's design, the pattern and triage mix of the wounds, it's based on actual U.S. Army medical data from conflicts like Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan.
So it's grounded in historical fact.
Very much so. It lends it this powerful, sometimes sobering sense of realism.